And you are welcome. It's time for What's Up and About. And we're going to be taking something from off of the weekend that we couldn't talk about yesterday, but we decided to talk about today because it was very heated and it's still going on now because it's causing a thread on threads. Thread on threads.
This guy.
I'm sorry, it's just rubbish. Again. But over the weekend, there was a thread of on Twitter following Adekunle's post about his new track, and where someone reached out and said, hey, you should have had Brymo, and everybody loves Brymo. Brymo's like, you know, the best guy you can have on a hook for any track. Well, he used to be, and then became Benson. But right after that, I think Brymo, what, did I say something wrong? No, it's a fact, isn't it? But then...
For those who don't know, Benson, Buju.
Yeah. Now, Brymo copied that message that referred to him and made a post under, and I'm going to read that post. Now, remember that this is traceable back to Adekunle Gold's post, initial post, where Brymo says, although AG reached out to me later, I like to think that he didn't check it again by will or fate, because I turned down same request many years before. I also did the same with Simi, said I wanted to get intimate to create intensity. I didn't know they were together, of course, at the time. He's referring to the fact that he actually wanted an intimate relationship with Simi so that they could create art together. And he wanted to see the product that art would bring out. He was curious as to what that would turn out to be like. He also referred to the fact that he not only wanted that with Simi, but also other female artists.
Yeah, he particularly mentioned Efya, the Ghanaian singer.
I'm going to reserve what I have to say. I was wondering what you guys thought about this.
I want to hear what you have to say.
Okay.
But first, let's have Mike tell us.
But, these guys. But now I read the first statement. It doesn't now seem as bad as I thought it, because actually I saw the post, but I feel like I was too embarrassed for someone talking about somebody else's wife in that way. So I was too embarrassed to go into the details. I was like, no, I don't, because I wouldn't like somebody talking about my wife that way. I don't care about what happened in the past, but don't bring it out in this way. But from the way he constructed the statement, it might not seem, it might seem not so... I don't know. Read it again. Read that last part.
The last part, again,
he said something like, he
says, he turned down the request many times to collaborate, but I also did the same with others. But he said he wanted to be intimate to create intensity. So he's sticking to the art.
Yeah.
But is that an excuse, however?
It's not, yeah, I don't think it's...
He followed it with a voice note, by the way.
Yes. So
the voice note might have, if you don't read this, the voice note came off as prideful, you know, seemed, but I still have reservations, however.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
So
I do have
here's what I think. First off, Simi's married to Adekunle Gold. Yeah. This post was initiated by Adekunle referring to his music, and then, like I said, follow through, people referred to Brymo. Now, would it not have behooved, it would have behooved him not to make, let's just say timing. It's the wrong timing. Morals aside, I understand where he's coming from. If you want to create art and you're such a Puritan and you want it, you know, there's something called method acting. Method actors do that a lot. A lot of best actors are method actors, and they want to embody that personality. So even in their regular life, they're being that character.
Imagine if you wanted to talk in a song, if you wanted to sing about making love to a lady,
you have to have experience
with the lady. Then there is more.
Yes, there's more connection.
Morals aside, I'm not saying that I espouse to it morally, but I'm saying that I understand it. But to now make such a bold statement that can be traced back to a post made by the person's husband is utterly disrespectful.
So the issue here has to do with where the post was made, and many people saying, why was the post made in the first instance? Like, couldn't he have just kept that part out of it? Why did he have to mention it? Yeah. Just as you said, unfortunately, and this is very unfortunate, in art, these things happen. It's unfortunate, but in art, these things happen.
You're talking morally now?
Yes. Some artists feel the need to, if you even listen to some musicians, some of the greatest collaborations are between people that have been intimate before. Look at Ike and Tina Turner. They made magic when they were together.
They also tried to make babies.
Maybe Brymo had been dreaming of doing something, you know, replicating that. And when he saw Simi, he was like, wow, she's going to be perfect. Unfortunately for him, she said no.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Well, unfortunately for him, she said no. Whether or not she was in a relationship with Adekunle Gold is none of his business, but she has a right to say no, and she did. And so he said, maybe with the kind of voice you have and what I had in mind, our collaboration will not work. So I'm sorry I can't work with you. And everybody moved on with their lives. The issue now is people are saying, why are you still referring to it? Are you bitter? Are you envious of a success? That's where the problem is now.
Why did it have to come up at all?
At all.
If
So,
you are
but
not
yeah, but you
so.
see, if we're looking at it now, if nothing happened between them, right?
Nothing.
So a man could also put that as a feather and say it's a mark of pride.
Some people are
Look at
saying
it that
that
way.
as well, yes. That
You
it
know,
means
okay,
that
nothing happened. Okay, he just made known his mind, and she stuck to not doing it. That's a good thing.
Now,
doesn't mean that
if you
women
look at
will
it that
actually
way,
do that
there's
to achieve that goal of
Oh yes,
creating that
we've seen it with
intensity.
skit makers.
Yes,
skit
doesn't
makers.
mean-
I mean, it was a thing last year when we heard that skit makers would want to have carnal knowledge of.
there was one in particular. I'm going to mention
Yes.
the name. I'm trying to. It's Bayou.
It's Bayou,
It's
exactly.
yeah,
Was
yeah.
came into the light, so it became big with skit
yeah.
makers. They were going to feature a girl. I know a lot of them would, in quote, or sexualize women and all of that. And so those women, they will have those relationships with them.
I may be wrong, but I do not think that's the same thing with Brymo Zono.
I know. I'm
So
not saying
I
yeah.
think
It can
for
be mistaken
Brymo,
for.
So for those ones that's sex for favors. For those ones. But in this case, he was trying to get it done for achieving
For
something
instance,
with his music.
let's just
it's
say,
crazy,
let's
but
just say,
people do
okay,
it.
wait, let's just say, for
It's
instance,
It's a
unfortunate.
gray area.
in a yes,
Very grey.
in a skit, yeah. For instance, in a skit, like we've seen many other skits, you know, when you are what they call it now, when you know,
Objectifying women.
yeah, was it when Mr. Macaroni does that? Oh,
Yes,
you know,
yes.
all that stuff and all of that. And that skit maker might say, almost it's because of the creative content. You could, if he says it's the creative content that he wants to have intimacy with the person, so that when they create that skit, they can understand.
feel it
So
when you see it.
you understand. But what I'm saying is that, yeah, for the fact that she didn't succumb to his desires, as it were, in some ways, if you flip it the other way, it's some way, hey, she didn't do it. Okay.
Now, yeah, she didn't do it. And then look at what
I don't
happened.
know, yeah,
For a
it's-
very
you
long
know-
time, the industry thought Fauza and Simi had something going
Yeah.
on. Why? That intensity that
They had
Brymo
together-
wanted to create with
They
Simi,
created
they
without
created
even
it
intimacy.
Without intimacy.
Exactly.
So, you know, Fauza and Simi were able to get that intensity.
But Brymo insists that he needed that kind of relationship to have that kind of creativity. Now, here's the thing, yeah. I believe that while it's a gray area, and while I understand where he's coming from an artistic point of view, I also think that should that have happened, or should we acquiesce, or should we say, oh, it's okay? Should we, it's okay?
It doesn't make it right.
It opens the door to much more vile instances.
Yeah,
If you
it
ask
does
me,
make it
because it seems like socially we might justify it. It's already been tagged sex for collaboration, if I'm not mistaken. Sex for collaboration?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that already gives you a connote that we've had sex for grades, sex for this, sex for favors. Now, sex for collaboration, you can already see where it's...
Sex for favor, sex for collaboration happens in almost every industry.
So you see,
Unfortunately.
you see.
That's why I keep using the word unfortunate, because some people don't even see anything bad in it. And it's sad.
like you said, it's our morals because of as Africans. In a lot of
Yes.
places, there is not bad or right. It's a medium of exchange.
Yeah.
Same way there was a particular point we used to trade by barter. For in society, look at Holland, Netherlands, for instance. Over there,
Practically
it is a medium of exchange. I have this, you have this, let's go. Nothing, it's legal.
But just imagine
So,
that
but
had happened.
because of our traditions,
Doesn't mean this is how he would have said. I remember when Simi and I made the song that was great. Oh my God.
Listen, yo, tell us what you think. Use the hashtag WakeUpNigeria on TVC. We'd like to know. We'll be back. Let's take a break.
Too much though.